So our today's topic is going to be about work holding devices. This topic is from the chapter milling machines. Is it okay? Is it clear? See, what are work holding devices? What are the types of work holding devices? We are going to see them in brief now. So for effective machining operation, it is necessary that the workpiece should be properly and securely held on the milling machine table. Now see, we have already discussed while machining or while doing any jobs on the workpiece, there is certain vibrations. Okay, because of vibrations, what happened? The workpiece moves, and the machining which we are doing or the operation which we are performing is not uh, very clear or is not happening very good. So that is the reason why we need the work holding devices. Okay, so I'll mark the stuff here. Now there are generally four following workpiece holding devices, or there are generally methods for following workpiece holding methods, from which first is T block and clamps, second is your angle plate, third is your V block, and fourth is your vise. So these are the four things we are going to discuss in today's lecture. So these are the four things which we are going to discuss in today's lecture. Next, okay, let's start with the T bolts and the clamps. What are T bolts and the clamps? So bulky workpiece of irregular size and shape are directly clamped on the milling machine table with the help of T-bolts and clamps. Mark the words: bulky workpiece or irregular size. Is it clear? So, for what components are the T-bolts or clamps used? It is clear now. Next is, for different patterns of workpiece, different design of clamps are used. If the pattern is different, then the different type of clamp is used. Okay, respectively the shapes of what? Of workpiece which we are using. Is it clear? Now this is the figure which shows the T-bolt or clamp for cylindrical workpiece. Okay, this is the plate for this is the clamp for cylindrical workpiece. Now the diameter of T-bolt generally ranges from 15 to 20 mm. So the range for the T-bolt is given over here. Okay, so T-bolt और clamp क्या है? T-bolt और clamp है workpiece holding device है, ठीक है, जिसमें different patterns of workpiece के लिए different design of clamps लगता है. So इसमें आपको डायग्राम निकालनी है, जो आप टेक्स्ट बुक की डायग्राम भी निकाल सकते हैं, जो बहुत ही ईजी है. इट्स वेरी इजी एक्चुअली. Okay, and this is the theory which I have marked has to be written by you in the exam. Now the next point is your angle plates. So what are angle plates? Angle plates are generally made of cast iron and have two faces at right angle. So what are they? They are generally made of cast iron and had two faces at the right angle. So this is one face, this is one face. Angle is 90 degree, and the material we have got is cast iron. Clear? Material is known, structure is known. Okay, the faces of angle plates are accurately finished and provided with holes and slot for clamping. So these are the holes and slots which are provided on the angle plate for clamping, and what is given, it is accurately finished. So the finishing for the angular plate is awesome, it is good. Okay, the face, whereas the other faces rest on the table and bolted. Whereas the other faces, okay, which are rest on the table and they are bolted. So again we got to know the structural thing about angular plate, that what are to be, or that slots are provided, holes are provided, for what purpose they are provided. Okay, angular plates are used when work surface are to be milled at the right angle to the another face. Now when the angular plate is used is given in this point. It is used when the work surface has to be milled at the right angle. Okay, when you have to mill the work surface at the right angle, then this type of work holding device is used. Which is it? It is angle plate is generally used. Is it clear? This is the diagram for angle plate. Very easy diagram. You can draw, or you can just draw like this. Okay, and here you can draw like this. Here you can show the bolt. Here you can show the bolt. So these are the two ways in which you can draw the diagram, but I'll prefer to draw this. Okay, while just looking at it, the examiner will give you the marks, and after drawing this you can describe it in words also easily. Is it clear? Now the next thing to discuss in the work holding device is your V block. Okay, V block and vices are remaining. Let's see what are the V blocks. So these are the V blocks. This is the diagram for the blocks. We are going to study theory about V blocks now. So what are V blocks? V blocks are used for holding the circular workpiece. Now if you have seen, while the construction of road or drainage system, or wherever the pipes are required, you can easily see the V block over there as a work holding device. Okay, this V block is generally, it is mostly used for holding the circular things. This is the very simple construction of the V blocks. In other way, in the front, what you can say, in the front view, you can draw the V blocks in this way. You just have to draw this V. Okay, here you can create a platform for that. Here you have to keep the workpiece. Okay, and similarly as given in this figure, you can draw the clamp. Okay, here the space is less, so I'm not drawing here, but similarly you can draw the clamp. And here the diagram for V block you can get easily on the Google, and very simple diagrams is provided on the Google. Is it clear? The workpiece is supported on 2 or 3 blocks and the clamped against them straps and clamps. So the workpiece, which is circular in shape, is supported by 2 or 3 blocks, that is 2 or 3 V blocks. Okay, next point is here, that is V block are made of cast iron or steel and accurately machined. So generally the V blocks are made up of cast iron and steel. So we got to know the purpose of using V block function. We got to know the structural information of the V blocks. Else we also got to know the material of the V blocks. Okay, what is the material for V blocks? It is your cast iron or steel. Function is to hold the circular workpiece. Okay, where you can find the V block, it can be easily found where there is a manufacturing of pipes or working on the pipes. Okay, external threading of the pipe, if it is required, then you can easily find a V block over there. Is it clear? So the basic information about the V block is given to you, and that structural information is also given to you. Just remember the material also. Okay, just remember material also. Now the next point is your, that is vices. Oh, let's see what are the vices which is our last work holding device for your syllabus. Vices. Let's start the theory now. For holding the workpiece on the milling machine, vices are commonly used. Following times. Okay, so what is the main function of the vices? It is generally used to hold the workpiece in the milling machine. Okay, this is the plain machine vise. This is the swell machine vise. So already there they have given us the different type of vices which are generally used. Okay, commonly used. There are total 6 types of vices. Is it clear? We have seen the two diagrams, that is plain machine vise and swivel machine vise. So if you have visited the small industries or even a garage, okay, there you can easily find the plain machine vise. Okay, they are easy to find. Okay, in each industry, in automobile sector also, everywhere vices are generally used. So let's see what are the types of vices. Your first type of vice is plain machine vice, which diagram is shown over here also. And what are the namings given? It is jaw, fixed, workpiece. Okay, this is the workpiece, this is the moving jaw, this is the screw, and this is the handle. So handle is rotated, the screw moves this word and fix the workpiece in fixed jaw and the moving jaw. Is it clear? Second is your skivels vice. Third is your universal swivel vise. Fourth is your vertical vise. Then the precision angle vise and the compound vise. So these are the types of vices which are generally used, which are commonly used. Now in vices, what you have to do, you have to just draw the one diagram, that is swivel or plane. Okay, I'll prefer you draw the plane diagram, and you have to write just this information, because this is the information which is given in your syllabus and nothing more you have to write. You have to write 2 or 3 types of commonly used vices and this paragraph, this whole paragraph. Okay, so today what we have seen, we have seen the work holding devices. Which were they? It was T-bolt and clamps, then angle plates, then you have V block, and the last is vice. So these were the four types of work holding devices. So this was the topic for today's lecture. I hope you have understand it all. Thank you.